Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can build a social media content planner in Notion and customize it to your very own needs. So let's first have a look at what we're going to be building and how it works. Okay, so the first thing we see here is a calendar. So we've got our content planner. We've got here Facebook posts, YouTube posts, etc., etc. We see here which platform the post will be delivered on, and we've got here a progress bar just to check how much of the post has been completed so far. Then we've got here our social media platforms, and we've got here our tasks, right, related to each one of the posts. So let's go through some of the views here in this first database. I can have a look at all my posts based on the progress. So whether they're not started, in progress, etc., etc. And when I click on them, I can have a look at, then again, all the properties here and all the tasks and the status of each task. And as I change them, you'll see how this progress bar changes as well. So if I were to change this to here, now I've got 50% of this project or post completed, right? We'll go back here and have a look at a few other things. So that's pretty cool in and of itself, because that database, so this tasks database, is essentially the same one as this, just connected using a relation property. Now you've got here a template for each one of these. So if I wanted to create a new Instagram post template, I simply click on one of my templates and it populates everything I need, right? So you see here that it's got the social media platform, it's got the status and the date when it was created. And I've got here my my database, my tasks database, where I can then start adding tasks. You could further automate and customize this by having specific tasks that you always have to complete when you create a post for a specific social media platform. So let's call this task 1. I can add another one here, task 2, right? And see how as I add them in here, if I go down to my other database, then they're here as well. So this will be like your sort of master tasks database, and then you'll see all your specific ones in here, the specific to each one of the posts. Then, as we mentioned before, we've got the calendar view where we can visualize everything by date, etc., etc. And then I've got my let's open this full page, my specific social media platforms database, where I can see where every single one of the posts that I've got for this platform in here, and I can see the total posts that I'm either working on, in progress, or completed. Everything's in here. So that allows me to track a little bit better and stay organized when it comes to trying to find something that I posted in the past or that I will be using in the future, etc. And then I've got, again, as we mentioned, all my specific tasks in here. All right, guys, we're going to have a look at now at how you can build your social media content planner in Notion. So first, we're going to start by giving it a name. And we're going to add an icon as per usual. We're going to use a calendar one. And we're going to change this here to full width. Okay. Now the next step will be to create a database. So we're going to create a table view, and we're going to call it new database, and we're going to add all the fields here. So we're going to call this essentially social media content planner, and we're going to go to the database so that we can add an icon. Cool. back here and we're gonna hide this just because I think it looks nicer that way. And we're gonna start adding our different different properties here. So we'll start with tags. We'll change this to the tag 1, and we're gonna call this blog post story video short, etc. Right? So this is where you put all the tags to categorize your type of content. I guess that will vary depending on which platform you use, but again, just simply add as many as you need in here. We're gonna add now status, so we'll use status, and I like changing this to a different color just because I think it looks nicer. So we'll have here not started, we got here in progress, I like to have that in yellow, and we got done, and I want to have here something that says posted. Okay, and posted is going to be the last one. We're going to change that to blue, and I want to change here as well done to completed. And that way what that does is that it just shows me when again something's not started, progress, post. We're gonna add here as well, I like having here waiting for someone because that happens sometimes. I will that purple, and I want to add here as well post, and we'll put the post one in brown. Okay, so I want to have this here, and then post and waiting for someone are going to be here. All right, and we're going to close that. Now I can go ahead and create my board one, and then I can call it board view. And I've got all my different statuses in here. Cool. We'll go back here, and we want to add. So we're going to add text. It's just for the body, right? We're going to add another text, which is going to be title. Okay, and we'll change this to categories, because I know that some social media platforms have actual tags that we can use, so we don't want to, just to avoid confusion in there. I want to have here also date field, which is going to be the post date. So this is the date when we're meant to post it, or we can call it delivery date. This is when it should be finished by. It's when we're planning to post it. Okay, and now that I've got that as well, I can create my calendar view. Call this calendar. Okay, now I've got all my different views in here. Cool. Board, table, calendar. Great. We'll go back to here. I like using this one for formatting my databases, just because I get more visibility when it comes to adding different properties. And now we're going to add here created time, right? So I want to know when it was created, when we started working on this. And we just need one more field, one more property, which we can't really add right now because it'll be a relation. So what I want to do here is create another database, which we're going to create as actually gallery view, and and we're going to call it social media platforms. Okay, now we're going to go to the database as such, and we're going to add here a different emoji. I like just in this one, so it looks nice. Then we're going to go here and we're going to edit this view. We go to layout, and we want to change this here. We want to have preview, we want to have page cover, and medium cut size, that's fine. We're going to go back here and we're going to add properties. Okay, we'll just leave it like that for the time being. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add here. Now we're going to connect this database with this database. All right. So I want to take this and just add it here as a title. All right. Cool. And I want to hide this just because again it looks nicer. And we're gonna change the name of this ones here. We're gonna call this Twitter. We're gonna call this YouTube. And we're gonna call this one Instagram. Okay. Now we'll go here and we'll create a new relation, and we're going to connect it to this one. All right. Now there we go. We've got the same ones we've got here. We've got them here. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a cover to each one of these. We can just delete this stuff here because we don't need it. We don't need this here either, and we don't really need tags here. Right. So let's start adding our cover, and then with the covers you can add it from Unsplash, or you can add it from the web anyways. So we've got Twitter. There we go. We'll use this one because it looks nice. Okay, and we're gonna add an icon here. So we go and find Twitter icon. Alright, cool. We'll go to images, and let's use this one's fine. So we'll copy image address, and we'll go back here and add it here. Now that you know how to add it, I'm not going to go through each one of these because that's going to take us another 10 minutes or whatever. I'm just going to pause, do it, and then you know how to do it now. Okay, so now all we need to do is start connecting here our different social media platforms. So I'm going to take this all the way here, and we'll call this post 1, post 2, just because they're examples, right? Doesn't really matter. And I want to make sure that I can see here my social media platform, and I like adding status here as well, just because then I can click and change, or I can drag across. It's just makes it a bit more comfortable like that. And then here we're going to add as well so that we can see, I want to see the status, and I want to see the social media platform. Cool. So now let's see how this all works together, right? Let's say that I would click here on the 19th of this month, and I add a new post. We're gonna add a category. We'll say it's a story for Instagram, and there we go. We change here Instagram. I want to have this here as well, just closer, and then the title and all that. We'll group all that together. Created time we'll put at the bottom, and delivery date we'll have just here with the status, just to group things together by category. Cool. Now I've got my post here. It's not started. Instagram. If I go to my board, here it is, new post. And if I go to my table, it's here as well. Same thing. Let's add, let's connect a few different ones in here just so that we can look at it this way. And now I'm going to make a change to this property. Okay, I want this to show in my social media content plan. So my social media platforms. Cool. Now I've got this here. I'm going to change this to show as page section. And now it comes up this way. And I'm going to make a quick change here as well where I can see the status. That way, every single one of the posts that I post to YouTube will come up here automatically, right? Which is really cool. It just really helps keep track of a lot of things. They will just populate here. So if I add one through here, new YouTube post, you'll see that it comes up as well in the other table. There we go, new YouTube post, right? So, why is this important? Because at some point I'm going to have hundreds of posts in here, and I'm going to have to then have a look at things through, just be able to categorize things differently. It just makes it easier for you to stay organized. Now there's one more thing we want to add here, just to make our life a bit easier and make it all a little bit more detailed. So we're going to create here a tasks database, right? So we're going to create another board here. Actually, we'll do it as a table just because I really like setting things up as a table. We'll create these tasks. The reason I like doing that is because it just makes it easier for me to format it before starting to work on it. So we'll add in here a check mark. I like using this one. Again, we've got tags here. We're going to add here a date field. And we're going to add here a status property as well. And again, we're going to change the colors just because they're nicer to the eye, like that. We'll call this task 1, task 2, and task 3. Okay, so now the next thing we'll do is we'll connect this to our we'll create a relation and connect it to our social media content planner, and we'll add the relation, and we'll go back here to the main page where we're working. Now we want to see this as a board. Okay, we'll put this here, and we're gonna add which social media we're working, which post we're working with, right? So that we can visualize that better. So let's connect a couple of this. Okay, so we'll do the new posts. We'll use this one. Okay. Now that I've done that, I can use a roll-up again to connect and show my platforms, right? So I want to call this here platform platform. And that way I can see here which tasks belong to which platforms. So I'll change this here and so I don't know, the property here, platform. Cool. And I could even just get rid of this, right? That way I know I can categorize by tasks depending on which platform, right? So then when I'm working on all my YouTube tasks, on all my my Facebook tasks, etc., etc. I can categorize a lot better. And now let's add as well, which one did I use here? Tasks 3 for new YouTube post. So another really cool thing I can do here is I can add a roll up here, and I can okay. Yeah, I need to go back here and change the setup on this. So edit, and I want it to show, right? Cool. Now, when I go here, I simply want to hide this just because there's no point seeing it all the time, so always hide. But this rollup is going to connect to my tasks database. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show is in terms of status, my percentage per group. So what percentage of this, the tasks related to this are completed. Now, we change the name to completed here, and we add a different icon here. So completed. Cool. And now, last but not least, let's go back here and add a couple of this. So I'm going to duplicate a few of this just so that I've got a few different tasks that are related to that specific one. And then if I move them to, I've got in progress, done, and complete, one on each, and I go here, it shows me 33% completed. Now another change I can make here is just do it as a bar, right? And now I'll put this at the top just because I want to see it at the top. And then if I wanted to also change this here, and so I can visualize it here as well. There we go. So this would go into, whoops. See, that's why I like changing this here, because then when I drag it across, sometimes it plays out. So there we go. New YouTube post, and it's all my information's in here, all the important information. So one last thing we can do here is simply change just the order of where these items are, which is not super important, but sometimes it helps. So let's say that I wanted to have status down here, right? Or I wanted to have my social media platform here, and then that. Okay. So anyways, not super important, but useful either way. It's just nice to make it more appealing to the eye. So that's how you create your social media content planner. I'm going to add a template to this exact planner here below this video, so you can download it and start working with it and use it alongside your team. Hope you like this video. If you want more of these videos, please make sure you like and subscribe. Check the comment section for all the extras and template downloads, and we'll see you in the next video.